Why is it that whenever a karmic or whenever anyone who attacks another person attacks them unjustly, they end up either falling sick and their health goes bad, or sometimes even worse, they die? Why is this so? The reason why this happens is because they did an action that was injustice. They were being unfair. And when they did that in the spiritual realm, and most of the time this happens when in the spiritual realm, whenever anything which is unfair happens in the spiritual realm, it is seen. It is seen by those whom we cannot see in the 3 dimension. But in the 5th dimension, this is being seen. In 3 dimension, nothing much can be done. Or rather, it can be done, but it's not usually. Nothing much is done usually in 3 dimension, but sometimes if it's too much, an action will be taken against those people who are doing anything unfair or being injustice towards others. And in the spiritual realm, there are so many other beings that we cannot imagine. There are so many other beings. There are our ancestors. There are other spiritual beings. There's a lot of living in the spiritual realm, in the 5 dimension, which even if we try to learn anything about, we cannot even learn half of the knowledge that which is there. And so this is the reason why the karmas happen. And it's not that the people they had been attacking have done anything towards them to make them get their karma. It's not. It's God giving command to the other spiritual beings to counterpart that attack. And that is the reason why they end up being where they are. Some of them get even more angry, thinking that if it hadn't been for those other people, they wouldn't have been in those positions. But they never think of, if it hadn't been for their own actions, they wouldn't have been where they are. People have to be mindful about what they are doing. There's a lot of bullying in the spiritual realm right now, a lot of bullying. Because people are pushing and pulling, thinking they will get whatever they want by using force. But that's not going to work. It's even making them go deeper and deeper into whatever hole they are in. They will go even more and more deeper into despair and have a lot of demises. People should learn to accept and take responsibility of their own actions and repent towards the Most High for their deeds which they have done. People should learn to repent. Repenting does not take you even 5 minutes. Your whole life you could have done a lot of bad things, and people might know you as a very bad person. And let's say your time is over on this earth, But the minute you repent sincerely towards God, all that you have done, all the bad things will just be deleted just like that. There is a very high chance of that. But it depends on your sincerity, and it depends on whether you really want to repent or not. Because, for example, the Pharaoh wanted to repent at the last minute when he saw he was going to die, but because he was not really sincere, it was just because he saw that his end was coming. That's why he was repenting. And it was not a sincere repent. That's why God sent an angel and they shut his mouth, and he couldn't do the repent. But that does not mean that it applies to everyone. As long as you really repent on your deeds, repent on all the bad things that you have done, you have a very high chance of going back to God in the best way as possible. Because when we die, we are all going to go back to God. We are all going to go back to God. When we came to this world as babies, it is when we started a journey. We away, not really away from God, but we had come from God. But when we die, we are going back to God. And many people don't accept this thought. They think, I don't know what kind of a thought people are thinking, that when you die, where do they think they're going to go? And that will be another dimension that you will enter. And it will be a period where it is called a death period. That's also another life. And after that, there will be another long period of judgment. And after judgment, there will be a long-lasting life that will not end. But people don't believe in this. And it's just because the devil keeps whispering in our ears all the time, all these doubts and fear about this and about that. Some people are like, we will come to this world only once, so let me do all that I can in order to collect whatever I can from this world. But when you're dying, when you die, you go away without taking even a single coin from whatever belonged to you. In fact, you go naked. Okay, we have people being buried with their clothes and dressed up and having makeup, but that's in vain, because we are still going to rot away and become earth again. The body, which is the vessel which is carrying your soul, it is your soul that is going to continue the journey. Your soul is what is going to continue. And the vessel, which is your body, is going to remain on earth. It will turn into soil. And only during the time when the trumpet is blown, the second time, for everyone to wake up for judgment days, when all our bodies will be resurrected and come back to how we were when we died. Some of us, the ones who did good deeds, their bodies are going to be in good condition, but the ones who did bad deeds, their bodies are not going to be in good condition. So let's be mindful of how we are living, mindful of what we are doing in this world. And if we want to meddle around in any way in the spiritual realm, let us all be mindful. We should not think that we can do whatever we want in the spiritual realm and think that nothing will be given back for whatever we are doing. all the bullying which is done to innocent people is surely to be paid back, and it will be paid back in full, nothing more, nothing less. So recently there's a lot of bullying in the spiritual realm, and it's because people are thinking they can do something to steal other people's destinies and swap other people's destinies, but it's not going to happen. They're just going to be left behind, and whatever they think they're going to win, or whatever they think they have won, is just temporary. They are just creating a long run depressive kind of a life for themselves, especially if they're not going to die immediately. The remaining years in their life in this world will be miserable, and they won't be able to get any satisfaction from whatever they have gained by taking forcefully from others. And let this be a warning to people who think they can easily steal other people's destinies and steal other people's peace, because innocent people just want to be at peace in this world and the coming afterworld. And it's only for those who decide to accept what the devil tells them and think that everything is taken forcefully. Those ones, they are just going to be in bad conditions, both in this world and the coming world. Whether you believe in this world, in the coming world or not, it will come. And when it comes, you will be very regretful of all the things that you have done. So let us be mindful of whatever we are doing. And people, some people enter into the dream realm, the spiritual realm of people in order to bully them, thinking they can cloak themselves and they can't be seen, but they are being seen. You are being seen. You are seen. Because in the spiritual realm, everything is clear as to how it should be. And there is no way you can cheat in the spiritual realm. In 3 dimensions, people can't do much, but in the 5th dimension, the support, if they have any kind of support, you will get paid through that support. And it is going to be a heavy payment. So this is what I'm guided to share out. And I hope this helps somebody, and I hope it is, and let it be a warning to those who think they have godly powers and whatever. Because it is only once you can do your bullying, and the next time, just remember, you might end up being dead, or rather never wake up in your dream from your sleep. Till next time, God bless everyone.